I think this is applicable to designers at all levels, like trying to not design for yourself. The root of this begins from that artist persona in every designer. It's okay to start with the artist persona, but if you're going to make the leap from being just an artist to being an exceptional designer, then you need to have this in your toolbox. You need to stop designing for yourself. Shift your paradigms. As a designer, you are creating something that's going to be used in a particular context. What you really want to do is take out your time to learn about that context. Don't get too engrossed in your work. It's okay to be passionate about what you do and love what you are doing. It's a great place to start, but really you really don't want to stay there for a long time. If you do that, you're just going to be stunted as a designer. You really want to stop designing for yourself. I think that's the caveat here. Stop designing for yourself. Don't create work that you alone would love. All right, that's a recipe for being a not so good designer. We all have that kind of love. For instance, I think there used to be a time in my experience where I love the font. I liked a particular concept, and for a while it seeped into most of my work. Alright, the concept went through all my work, and you could basically tell that was me designing by seeing that. But as I grew, I began to understand actually that it's not going to be very applicable in our context. And the interesting thing about my previous projects was that they were using a particular context, so the discrepancy wasn't really seen. It was all seen as following the same flow. But when I got to realize that different projects require different approaches, different concepts, different understanding, which is bringing me to what I'm saying now, that I'm trying to share this with you because it's going to save you a lot of time and your career as a designer. You're going to take that leap. Alright, the leap is going to be very fast. You're going to get to somewhere as fast as possible. Once you incorporate this, you're very good to go. Start every project with a blank mind, like have a blank slate at the back of your mind. Nothing. Don't assume, okay, we are starting a pizza parlor or we are doing a project for a restaurant. Okay, I know the restaurants generally take on this kind of form. They take on no. What you really want to do is be blank. All right, be blank. We all understand that restaurants or food chains or whatsoever have a particular feel, but you want to be blank and take out time to listen. Exactly, what's this project about? Then you can generate tons of viable ideas that would be useful. And that's the interesting thing about just loosening yourself from that grip of designing for yourself, like having that mindset that okay, this is going to be beautiful for me. That's one of the interesting thing about that, because it gives you this kind of open mind and you're able to generate a ton of viable solutions. And now that's the hallmark of a great designer. You can generate tons of viable solutions to a particular problem, out of which you narrow down into the best amongst everything. All right, you really don't want to start with something at the back of your mind. You really don't want to start with a kind of font that you like, be it Helvetica, Railway, whatever it is. You really don't want to start any project with a particular kind of mind or a particular kind of asset you feel would be very much useful. You really just want to go there with an open mind. Really, it works wonders. It's just the hallmark of a great designer. All right, and you don't want to be a not great designer in quotes. You really want to be a great designer. So stop designing for yourself. Shift your paradigms. You're not an artist. An artist designs for ease or herself, and it's very okay for artists to do that because that's what they do. But for you, you are a designer. This actually solves a lot of problems for you. All right, when you stop designing for yourself, it gives you an objective perspective to seeing things, and this is where the interesting thing lies for you. Hope you have been able to find something very useful for this video, and I know that in your subsequent projects you're not going to import your ideas from your projects on web designing for a rugby team or web designing for a school into a project for a football club or something. I don't know, I'm just guessing. So I believe you're not going to do a number of iterations or repeating your ideas. You're going to go into that project with an open mind, and you're going to generate as much ideas as possible, and you're going to get paid at the end of the day handsomely. All right, so if you found this video very helpful, please I want you to hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, and also subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date whenever I post up new content, which you would find very, very useful.